Today, we're going to take a look at the Kodak EasyShare Z981, a digital camera that was released around 2010. On the rear of the camera, it has an electronic viewfinder, an LCD display, a button for wide and telephoto zooms, and some menu navigational buttons. Let's flip it on and see how it looks. Right now it's using the LCD display. If we hit the EVF button, it changes to the viewfinder. It's kind of a cool feature for a more average consumer-focused camera. It can offer more stability during shoots. For clarity though, we'll switch it back to the LCD by hitting the same button. Zooming is done with the W and T buttons. There is an option to enable or disable digital zoom, which can really lower the image quality, so we're going to leave that off for now. This camera offers a 26 times optical zoom. The left side of the camera has a strap attachment. The front of the camera features, well, the lens. The right side has another camera strap attachment along with a second shutter release for the camera's portrait mode. There are also jacks for a DC power input and AV outputs. I don't have the cables for either of these, so I won't showcase those features, but hey, at least there's an option for it. On the bottom, there are model and serial numbers along with a tripod mounting point, and the compartment for adding batteries and the SD card is there as well. The camera takes 4 AA batteries, and the SD card, according to the manual, can either be an SD or an SDHC. The maximum supported size is 32 gigabytes. There's also an internal memory, but it's very small at around 42 megabytes. So not really useful for most use cases. The top of the camera has a flash mechanism, a dial type camera mode changer for different settings, an on and off switch, a shutter release, a toggle for the landscape or vertical camera shots, or the portrait mode is what it's called, I think, a menu dial, and buttons for the flash, focus mode, and a timer. I'm going to speed up the time going through the various menu options for the photo and video modes. If that doesn't interest you, you can go to this timestamp if you want to see how the images and videos can turn out with this camera. Alright, let's take a look at some images and videos I took. I put some metadata up from the image files, and I took these with the highest quality settings that the camera offered. Here's a beer with the flash on. Here's a weird little grub thing with the flash on. Here's some little Caesar's pizza and crazy bread with the flash on. Here are some traffic headlights, or tail lights I should say, that are really out of focus and blurry. Here's a little squirrel that I saw in a tree. There he is. Here's a picture of a pretty cool sky. I found a can of zero sugar squirt on the ground. I've never drank that, so I don't know how it tastes, but if you like it, leave it in the comments below, I guess. and a picture of a cool deer. Let's take a look at the videos that I took. I apologize in advance for my loud breathing in these clips. You probably heard a clicking noise in that video. That's because I had the camera set on autofocus. There's an option to switch that off in the settings. It was just constantly trying to keep that focus, even when the subject wasn't moving that much. So yeah, that about covers it, all things considered. It's not a bad camera for some basic digital photography, and you can find these things for pretty cheap. The fact that it uses an SD card and AA batteries is great in my opinion. A lot of older digital cameras use obsolete media formats and weird proprietary battery sizes that you have to buy a charger for, and sometimes the only batteries that you can find for them are from weird third-party sellers, and then it's a 50-50 shot if they even work. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, and maybe look into buying some old digital cameras. They're pretty cheap on eBay. They have this weird quality of, like, they just reek of the 2010s and 2000s, and they're still usable as opposed to a lot of older analog cameras that can suffer from things like film decay or mechanical issues. I feel like digital stuff has a better chance of working out for you if you buy it used on eBay or something like that. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.